When you're thinking about where China is trying to head to for AI, a lot of it is driven by self-sufficiency. But as we've seen with a lot of these reforms, there's a lot of competing elements within China, and kind of putting these companies on the same page probably helps them get to the next level without, I guess, excess investment, I would say. One of the issues, I think, with China investing in AIs and semis has been misplaced investment. And we've seen with the government investment funds over the last decade, there's been a lot of reforms to this fund. How money is being spent. Is it being spent in the right place? But potentially putting these people essentially in the same group helps direct this investment in a more efficient manner. So overall, I think it is positive for Chinese development in terms of AIs and semis.
So, with a lot of strategic industries that China has done very well, including EVs, the story has been, well, the narrative from some people has been that this is what China does, sort of let them go wild with their innovation and manufacturing, and then somehow try to clean up the excess capacity. But are you saying that China is trying something different with AI?
I think it's
already cleaning up process.
I would say it's an evolution of what's been going on in China. And I think one of the key things about China and AI is that it's always been a priority. I think that's one of those things people seem to sort of forget about, because after ChatGPT, of course, everyone started talking about AI. Arguably before that, people sort of didn't talk about it that much. But for China, if you look at the public official text, they've been talking about AI for the last decade. And arguably speaking, when you think about why the US was banning these chip productions for Huawei, et cetera, it was because of the concerns over Chinese focus on AI. But that was really more from like a national security defense perspective.
Yeah.
I do think that AI in China and globally has evolved from that. It's much more about broader economic consequences for the consumer, arguably for mind share, you could say, for kind of technological supremacy, you could say. And that's why we've seen a lot of these new policies globally coming from AI.
What did you make of this whole H20 related development between the U.S. and China? Some were asking, why is the U.S. doing this? Sort of opening up the path for China to do better with AI, isn't it?
It's a very tricky thing for China, is the way I think about it. H20 for me is sort of nice in the near term, but my view is that in the medium term, it's not necessarily a good thing for China. And the reason why is, I would think of it this way. Jensen Huang's a smart guy. He's obviously smart. He's done very well for himself. He understands he wants to get NVIDIA chips everywhere. And for those who follow NVIDIA, they probably know one of NVIDIA's biggest edge is their software platform called CUDA. And by allowing the Chinese ecosystem to continue to use NVIDIA, you lock them into this ecosystem. And if you think about it, going to the previous point about self-sufficiency, if China wants to be truly self-sufficient, they actually need to get off the CUDA platform. So by doing this near-term deal for H20, it effectively locks you into the ecosystem more, doesn't allow you to be self-sufficient. So in the near term, yes, all these consumer platforms who want to develop LLMs, et cetera, it's great. You have not the best chip, but a good chip that you can use. But medium term, you're going to have to switch eventually. And I think that's making it tougher to wean off this NVIDIA kind of edge that they've had for the last couple of years.
The recent achievement of NVIDIA reaching a $4 trillion market value demonstrates the enormous trust that investors currently have in the business. The New York Times claims that NVIDIA solidified its position as a leader in the manufacturing of artificial intelligence chips by being the first publicly traded company globally to accomplish this feat. Global demand for AI technology is skyrocketing, and NVIDIA's expansion appears to be a reflection of a market that is gradually shifting toward digital transformation across nearly all industries. According to the Los Angeles Times, NVIDIA surpassed industry heavyweights like Apple and Microsoft, indicating a new era for IT investors. Here are 4 expert-recommended reasons to invest if you're among the investors closely following NVIDIA. According to Reuters, NVIDIA's $4 trillion market capitalization is more than simply a figure. It represents the fervent investor confidence in the company's control over AI infrastructure. Senior leadership at NVIDIA emphasizes that the next generation of AI would require a lot more processing power, according to Rich Jacoby, MBA, Golden Crest Metals founder and CEO. In response, investors have poured money into NVIDIA, relying on the company's solid alliances with top cloud service providers and governments, Jacoby notes. According to CNBC, NVIDIA technology appears to be at the center of every significant advancement in artificial intelligence, contributing to the company's extensive competitive edge. Investor confidence in NVIDIA's fundamental role is growing as huge new AI initiatives come to fruition. The second half of 2025 will see the release of NVIDIA's Blackwell Ultra devices, ushering in a new era of processor performance. TechRadar claims that the Blackwell Ultra, which was revealed at GTC 2025, will provide roughly 1.5 times the processing capability of the previous version. Given that Blackwell Ultra is anticipated to revolutionize the industry, investors are paying attention now and adopting proactive measures, according to Jacoby. International confidence in NVIDIA's future is bolstered by partnerships and support from major European countries, including France, Italy, and Germany. As the need for Blackwell-powered infrastructure increases, these powerful pre-release signals have encouraged organizations and people to go ahead of the curve on NVIDIA. Despite difficulties related to Chinese export limitations, NVIDIA is still demonstrating resiliency. The company reported $44.1 billion in first-quarter revenue, a 69% increase from the previous year, while incurring a $4.5 billion charge for excess inventory in China, according to its financial statements for the first quarter of fiscal 2026. Few businesses can withstand such shocks and yet produce record-breaking financial results, as Jacoby notes. The dominance of NVIDIA's chips and its wide presence in the global data center business are the primary causes of its resilience. According to Jacoby, Blackwell presently makes up almost 70% of data center sales. Because of its distinct market position, NVIDIA will continue to be the preferred provider of necessary computer hardware, even as worldwide AI development efforts pick up speed. According to sources, NVIDIA's data center business made $39.1 billion in the most recent quarter, a 73% increase from the previous year. Jacoby noted that by 2028, the total demand for AI infrastructure would exceed $200 billion. Given that NVIDIA is still developing its entire market potential, investors currently enjoy a unique timing advantage. Even though the $50 billion Chinese market is now closed, NVIDIA has continued to expand internationally due to general demand. NVIDIA is in a unique position to profit from this strong and growing demand because of its leadership in AI hardware, according to the company's most recent financial results. Despite global challenges, this should maintain the company's excellent growth potential. Following news that the chipmaker had placed a sizable order for AI processors for China, now that U.S. trade restrictions had been eased, NVIDIA's shares hit its third record high in as many trading sessions on Tuesday. According to Reuters, NVIDIA has ordered 300,000 H20 chipsets from Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, a contract manufacturer. NVIDIA's confidence in its ability to sell more than its current stockpile of 600,000 to 700,000 H20 chips is demonstrated by the fresh order. An April restriction intended to prevent AI chips from ending up in Chinese hands, owing to national security concerns, was lifted earlier this month, when the Trump administration decided to allow NVIDIA to start selling H20 graphics processing units to China. NVIDIA created the H20 especially for the Chinese market in order to comply with export regulations imposed by the Biden administration. NVIDIA's previous generation Hopper Series H100 CPU is a scaled-down version of the H20. According to U.S. research firm SemiAnalysis, NVIDIA sold about 1 million H20 chips in 2024, Reuters said. So what implications does this have for NVIDIA's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on NVIDIA stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video. With the help of its most recent Blackwell graphics processing unit, GPU architecture, NVIDIA is still the industry leader in data centers. The corporation made $39.1 billion from the data center industry in the first quarter of fiscal 2026, a 73% increase from the previous year. NVIDIA said during the most recent quarter's earnings call that Blackwell currently accounts for almost 70% of the data center segment's compute revenues, driven by the growth of sophisticated reasoning models and artificial intelligence, AI factories. The Blackwell platform from NVIDIA, especially the GB200, is designed for extensive AI inference. Major cloud companies are quickly installing Blackwell GPUs, with each hyperscaler delivering up to 72,000 GPUs each week, according to management's statement on the most recent earnings call. Blackwell has become the quickest product ramp in NVIDIA's history, thanks to increased availability and improved manufacturing yields. Additionally, NVIDIA is getting ready to release its next-generation GB300 in the third quarter of 2025. The GB300 chip claims a 50% performance jump over the GB200 thanks to its efficient drop-in design and additional high-bandwidth memory. The biggest cloud service providers have already started the early sampling process. Hardware hasn't been the only factor in Blackwell's success. Blackwell's potential can be fully utilized by developers because to NVIDIA's software ecosystem, which includes CUDA, NeMo, and its inference microservices, customers find it more difficult to go away from NVIDIA because of this strong integration. NVIDIA's dominance may get stronger as the AI trend continues to rise and more businesses construct AI factories throughout the world. The company's dominance in data centers is probably going to last as long as Blackwell keeps up its present rate, and NVIDIA keeps providing it with a robust ecosystem. According to our model predictions, the company's data center end market sales will grow at a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 30.3% from fiscal 2025 to fiscal 2028. In the market for data center AI chips, NVIDIA's main rivals, Advanced Micro Devices and Intel, are also improving their capacities. The MI300X GPUs from Advanced Micro Devices are becoming more well-known because to their excellent memory and power efficiency. Many hyperscalers are evaluating AMD's products as potential substitutes for NVIDIA's Blackwell, particularly for workloads that are specialized or cost-sensitive. In an effort to attract more clients, Advanced Micro Devices is also developing a robust software stack. To gain market dominance in the data center industry, Intel is concentrating on both CPUs and AI accelerators. The business is marketing its Gaudi 3 AI chips as an affordable choice for inference and training. To increase the uptake of its AI hardware, Intel is also collaborating with significant cloud providers. Compared to the 10.9% gain in the computer and technology sector, NVIDIA's shares have increased by almost 31.6% so far this year. In terms of value, NVIDIA is trading at a forward price-to-earnings ratio of 35.84, which is higher than the average for the industry, which is 27.86. According to the consensus estimate, NVIDIA's fiscal 2026 and 2027 earnings are expected to climb by roughly 42.5% and 32.2% respectively, year over year. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.